Well, I still haven't smoked, and I don't really have the desire to. I've been coughing a bunch since I smoked, and I think that's got my throat raw. Maybe my throat started bleeding while I was asleep. I don't know. I start coughing up. It's hard to cough stuff up. And when I do get it coughed up, there's a lot of fresh blood. It's coughed up like 3 different times. I've coughed up and spit out blood. And I taste blood like I got blood in my lungs. And at first I was a little more worried, but I think I probably just have coughed until my throat's gotten sore and some blood's probably just running down into my bronchial tubes from my throat. It's probably not coming from my lungs. I don't really know for sure. It kind of does feel like I'm bleeding into my lungs, I guess. I don't know. Oh, man. When I used to work concrete, they'd give me these masks. They were like people wear cutting grass. Not really enough to really do much. Concrete dust can still get through it, through the sides of it. And I would cough up blood sort of on the regular back then. Until, we started off with a smaller volume of concrete. The business grew. Until I was going through like a pallet of concrete a day. And eventually it got where I needed a respirator. But the respirator filters, they get clogged up faster than he wanted to pay to change them. Even though, they can afford lake houses and $70,000 on new vehicles and all kind of other stuff. The respirator filters cost too much, So eventually my health would get so bad I couldn't even swing on a swing set. I couldn't even do hardly anything without collapsing into a coughing fit, coughing up blood and shit. And I was just like, look, I need a break from working in this concrete until my lungs heal up. And I wanted the respirator mask earlier than that, but it's until I'm like saying, look, I can't do it until he goes and buys another respirator. But by then, my health is just too bad. And he was just like, well, if you're not going to work concrete, I'll drop you pay the minimum wage and get somebody else to do concrete. And that was when I was like, well, fuck you, Here I am, practically dying. You don't give a fuck. Fuck you. And I left the company. And I worked in my mama's restaurant until I found a job at All Pro. And I do not regret it. I do not regret the pay cut. I will never work for that man again. But now I've quit smoking. And this morning I'm coughing up. I was. Quit coughing now. I've coughed up blood 3 times, and I think it's just coming from my throat. It's almost like I can taste the blood in my lungs. And I reckon I'm okay. I don't know. It's fresh blood. I think that's good. It's not old blood. I think it's just coming from my throat. Because now that I've quit smoking, my lungs are trying to cough up everything that's in my record. Stop here. The school bus stopped. You always stop for the school bus, y'all. They'll get really, really mad if you don't. Plus, you got to keep these kids safe. This kid's getting on the school bus from the left side. If that kid was to, instead of walking on the school bus from his house on the side he's at, if he was to instead cross that lane of traffic, cross the turning lane, and cross into my lane, God forbid, then that would be a child that probably should not breed and probably should not pass on their genes. I'm not saying they should be hit. I'm not saying people should run the stop sign. But I'm just saying that the fact that we're stopping to be that safe for them children, that's good because these are people's children. But I mean, for real, the fact that this lane of traffic has to be stopped is a testimony to how dumb humans can be. I don't think any child, like I never as a child, would have walked down the steps to the school bus and not got on the school bus and run across 3 lanes of traffic to get hit by somebody. You got to be like a special kind of stupid and suicidal to even do something like that. But, of course, every lane of traffic has to stop instead of culling the human population of the most least favorable genes that exist. And I'm not serious. I'm joking, but it's not really funny. But I don't know. I feel some kind of way about it. Like, it's okay. I'll stop. I'll always stop. It's worth it for the safety of the children. But I just think it's kind of insulting to the children. Like, do you really think the children are going to run across all these lanes of traffic? What kind of car? I got a Chevy Silverado, 2004, V8. When that at Henson Hill, somebody tried to pass me at an intersection. They tried to go around my left side. I was turning left. I had my blinker on forever saying, look, I'm turning left. And it's a solid line, and it's an intersection with a big old hill where you don't have a lot of, you can't see ahead. And for some reason, when I went to turn, this person said, no, I ain't got time for that. I'm going to pass you. And for some reason, when I'm turning left, they try to pass me on my left side. Scraped into my vehicle. It totaled my vehicle. They fled the scene of the accident. And I got the insurance, finished paying off my vehicle and give me enough money to buy this one. An employee, when I was working at J&K, Kyle White was working there and he sold me this truck. And so I just bought what was available at the time. I don't really have a preference for vehicles, hardly at all. I don't really know much about them, never really cared much about them. I just need something to go to work and come home. Except that I want a truck because I got to haul trees and fence posts and things like that. I just taste blood so strong. I hate it. It's making me feel kind of, I don't know. I'm not sick, but it makes me feel kind of sick. But I think I'm gonna get some of that Mullen stuff or eat me some sea moss, do whatever I can to help try to repair my lungs and clean them out. I don't think I don't know. My lungs pretty much just hurt all the time. Just anyway. Got too much damage in them from the concrete. But what I did to get back, I do push-ups. I'd go for walks. I just push myself to do as much as I could do and a little bit more and force my body to build its lung capacity back up. But that concrete really did a lot of damage on me. That's an old Walkie Creek. I was going to send a picture to Brittany. Look, I'm coughing up blood. But I thought about it. I was like, nah, I should probably worry too much. I'm fine. Driving to Vidalia to go to work, so I'm driving straight into the sun. Light it down. And I don't know when I started doing this, it's not conscious, but I'm like kind of addicted to coffee. I drink a lot of coffee every morning, and then I don't know when it happened. I just stopped getting coffee in the mornings. I used to, like, I've quit everything but weed, and now I've quit that too. And I don't know how long it's been since I quit. It's not been that long. It'd be a little bit longer if I hadn't like knocked out the grinder and smoked that little bit of dust. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I don't know. I just didn't get as, I did get kind of ill the first day or so. But normally I have trouble sleeping because I've quit before and go back to smoking and quit before. Normally you have trouble sleeping for about 3 days, get ill. Sometimes my body gets so stressed out. Because, I've been smoking since I was 21. Watch out, watch out, watch out. I don't know what happened to that bird. I hope he got out of the way. So crows is sometimes, that wasn't a crow though. Crows is sometimes, they'll land on this road and they'll put acorn, I don't know what they put. They'll put seeds and stuff in the road for cars to run over. And at the very last moment, they'll fly out of the way. But they'll watch your tire and try to keep the seed lined up with your tire. So when you move your vehicle to try to not hit the crow, they're like, oh, you moved the tire. They'll pick up the seed and they'll move the seed or the shell or whatever it is. But that looked like a tiny pigeon in the road. And he was staying in the middle of the road. So I'm like hoping he'll get out of the road. He's not getting out of the road. So I'm hoping I'll just like drive where he's between my two tires. And he just stays in the road till the very last minute and flies off. And I hope I didn't hit him. And I looked in the rearview mirror and I never saw him. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the pigeon is standing in the middle of the road. I don't know. But, can't stop. The car behind me hit me. I can only try to move and avoid hitting him. I guess I might would have seen a dead bird on the road if I hit him. I didn't see him. I don't know. What was I thinking about and talking about before that bird? Just an ache in my chest. Oh, I'm just saying it's different this time. Like, it's different from the other times that I attempted to quit because the irritability didn't last as long. I didn't have no problem sleeping. Or maybe I had, I have kind of stayed up late both these nights. But I went to sleep. I fell asleep both times. I used to be like, I used to think I was an insomniac, but I guess I wasn't. I could just never fall asleep. I could never turn my mind off. And I would sleep about half the days of the week. I would lay down in bed. I'd close my eyes. I'd try to sleep. I'd lay there all night. My alarm would go off. I'd go to work with no sleep. I'd work a work day on absolutely no sleep and come home exhausted enough to go to sleep that night. Then I'd wake up, rested, go to work, come home, not be able to go to sleep. Unless the work day was so physically demanding, I just would not be able to go to sleep. And then, I slept with a woman beside me. I fell right asleep every time. Just, in my whole life, all through as being a child, growing up, an adult life and everything. I dated, but I never lived with a woman until I lived with a woman, and then I could just sleep. But that woman, that first woman, was just not a good fit. She went crazy a little bit. Some people said it was the drugs. I don't think it was the drugs. The drugs didn't help, but she started playing around with witchcraft. And like these people, sometimes they think they're selling their soul for later. and they lose their soul while they're alive. What I mean by soul is their mind, their sanity. They're starting to go crazy. Anyway, though, I'm with Brittany. Way better. Way better. Way, way better. And I just go to sleep every night. Unless she's not, that's the catch to it, though. The catch is, which this don't happen no more, you know, now her mama is dead. But, like, let's say if she was to go stay at her mama's house, or let's just, anyway, when she wasn't there, I couldn't sleep no more. You know, I just stay up. There's no way I could go. Sorry about that. Brittany's mama, when we just first started dating, she'd tell everybody I was her son-in-law. Just kidding off this laugh.